Today's story is from Jennifer Starkey. She is from Portland and is a passionate environmental educator in the Columbia Slough Watershed.
My name is Jennifer Starkey. I've been the education director at the Columbia Slough Watershed Council since April 2016. The watershed is this place that has amazing history to it, so many people, so much history, so many different communities that are here. Specifically, I work with schools, so I work with kids in St. John's all the way out to Gresham and Fairview, everything north of the Alameda Ridge. Everything that I teach about is something that is going on in this place. The species that still thrive in the slough use it as a little corridor. And so you'll see turtles and osprey and eagles. You can also take a canoe and put it in anywhere along the slough and you will see otters. I've seen evidence of beavers. There's all this radical wildlife going on in here, and it's just been changed so much.
Jennifer shares about the challenge of helping the kids that she teaches understand the watershed.
Whenever I meet kids for the first time, I'll be like, say slough. They can't, it's like very hard to read and pronounce. No one knows what a slough is. It's a slow, skinny, shallow, small body of water. A lot of kids know what the Columbia River is, but they don't know what the slough is. I work with a lot of second graders and we'll talk about habitat. The Columbia Slough is this place that is a habitat and corridor. If you imagine this whole floodplain used to be a dynamic wetland and all the species had that as a habitat, and now it's also an industrial sanctuary. So it's really constricted a lot of the habitat. The legacy of abuse that this waterway and the sediment has sustained is not a joke, which is why so many people have the ew. It like puts the ew in the slough. The good news is, since the city made it illegal to dump sewage in the slough, they like care about what goes in that water now. It is way cleaner because even though it's slow, it's flowing and it's on its way to the Willamette. But the sediments are the thing that are like holding on to this pollution.
In recent years, MCDD and the Watershed Council have increasingly been working together on issues related to flood risk within the watershed.
In the last year, I've started teaching about the levee system to kids, and it's super cool. We talk about what is flooding, what is risk. So kids know what risk is in their head, but it's like really fun to tease it out. If I drive my car at like 100 miles an hour down Columbia Boulevard, what could happen? And they'll be like, you could hit someone, you could flip over, the police could get you. And I'm like, are those good things? And they're like, no. Yeah, it's the chance that something bad could happen. Where flood is when there's too much water in one place in a short amount of time. I think it is amazing how much goes on within this small area of land, and I'm always learning new stuff, and there's so many like cool little secrets in it. I've gone through a lot of phases of my life, and growing up in Portland, so many people have moved here and have absolute total disconnect from why Portland is the way it is and looks the way it is.
Thanks for listening to a part of Jennifer's story. To find out more about the Portland Metropolitan Levee System, please visit www.mcdd.org/Life Along the Columbia.